What a beautiful charge!
Whoa,
This is
what
fine. Oh my god! What a save! My guy.
Hello and welcome. We're back with another exciting match for the Ori and the Blind Forest All Skills Tournament. My screen name is Covert Muffin, and I am joined with none other than Shed. Shed, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fantastic. I just came off of a win in my race myself, but that doesn't matter right now because we got another race coming up for you right now.
Yeah, so we're going to have Sloaters versus Yoco, and this is actually going to be Sloaters' first match of the group stage. And so here we're going to see Yoco down 0-2 with the best race time of 47.17. Hopefully Yoco is going to be able to pull out a win, but it looks like our runners have a little bit of separation in the PBs, Shed.
That's true. There is quite a gap between the two. We have Sloaters with a 36.40. Meanwhile, Yoco is sitting with a 47.44. Something else interesting to note is that Yoco started learning this category very, very recently, while Sloaters has had about a year or so to improve himself.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. A lot of these tricks are really tight and precise, and having that consistency is definitely going to be an edge for Sloaters. And Sloaters PB being 10 minutes ahead, we expect Sloaters to have a runaway, but Yoco being a new runner, anything can happen on Yoco's side of the event. So it's going to be very exciting to see as our two runners head in what's going to happen. But here we go. We see the tricks. Sloaters is going to be going for Grotto Cycle, which is a really tight dash maneuver, and then also going to be going for Fast Stompless. But Yoco is going to be going for Clean Water Skip, whereas Sloaters is not. It's a very interesting routing difference.
Yeah, we usually see most of the runners going for the waterless route, as we call it sometimes. But it's interesting that Sloaters is opting not to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. But that being said, the health cells, Sloaters is only going to be picking up the Glades one, which is the one right at the beginning of the run. Yoco playing it a little bit safe, also going to be picking up some extra health throughout the run, and that's going to be a little bit of a time differential from our two runners. But nice to see Yoco saying, you know what, there's nothing wrong with picking up some extra health, especially in a tournament race where nerves and things can make things a little bit more inconsistent. So really nice adaptation coming out of Yoco, as he's going to be approaching this matchup.
Yeah, it's of course a symptom of the waterless route as well. Sloaters does not need the extra health, whereas Yoco does. But I'm seeing we are about to start the race, so let's head down to the race screen.
Swoosh. Oh my goodness, that production value is top notch. And here we go. Looks like our runners are underway, and we are going to be entering Glades.
Yes, we are. Despite the difference between these two runners' PBs, we do not expect to see any of that manifesting quite yet. The early game it's difficult to pull ahead in the early game, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a really good point, Shed. A lot of these optimizations in the early game are really minute because we don't have a lot of skills yet. We can't interact with walls. So coming down here, we're going to be picking up Sign, but expect to see some differences in terms of how quickly the two runners are going to be killing off things, which allows them to progress through the areas. Maybe even something such as EXP counting, which can be a very, very dangerous thing, especially as we set up for our time level ups later on. But here we go. We're going to be collecting Sign and then fighting some Frankies.
Yep. Sign, of course, being a skill that we need to pick up for the all skills category that allows us to attack enemies with a little bit of a homing attack. Something interesting to note about how Sign works is that Sloaters runs on controller, whereas Yoco runs on keyboard and mouse. So Sloaters has to, if he wants optimal DPS basically with Sign, he has to time his shots at a very specific timing that you can see him doing on the left side of your screen right now, whereas Yoco is able to mash a little bit faster being on keyboard and mouse.
Yeah, Sloaters just barely coming out of range of the second Frankie there and having to wait for the Frankie to catch up to be able to pace it again. Yoco is going to take a little bit early of a lead, but as Shed pointed out, there really isn't too much craziness in the beginning, so Sloaters will probably easily catch up. Yeah, and there it is. Sloaters taking a very slight lead.
Yeah, any lead that happens in even all the way up until we enter Blackroot, which is coming up in a couple minutes here, even all the way up till there, any lead is basically negligible without a death. Of course, now that I've said that,
oh no,
that's gonna happen.
Oh no, Caster's Curse, please no.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so up here, our runners are also taking some intentional damage and collecting experience in really specific amounts. And ooh, Yoco, slight misstep is going to be falling down, and Sloaters is going to be able to eke a little bit further ahead. But wow, nice adaptation from Yoco, taking a little bit extra damage to be able to get through that ghost door. So he only needs to take 1 damage from the poison water in order to get through. And Sloaters with a very clean ghost door is going to be heading up to the Glade's 4th health cell.
The runner's heading up to get it. As we mentioned, grabbing this 4th health cell is optional, but adds for a little bit extra safety in the run coming up. Yeah,
health management can be very, very spooky, especially in the late game when lots of things are going to be dealing 2 to 3 damage as they head through. So, ooh, nice job. And wow, Yoko. Oh,
no. Oh, no, Yoko. Oh, my goodness. Please be careful.
Wow.
That area can be really spooky, both on the way in and the way out. If you mess up even slightly like Yoko did, the slimes are just in such a weird position, and it's really hard to get past them. But Yoko pulled it off.
Yeah, Yoko with only 1 energy, too. I can't actually put down a safety save here, so gonna have to play very, very careful as he heads through these spores and traveling down. And it looks like Sloaters is gonna be leveling up on the way out, being the first to arrive at wall jump.
Yoko will also be leveling on the way out, it looks like.
Yep.
Or,
oh.
Huh.
Right.
That's... Unfortunately, Yoko, that XP that they just picked up there, not only did it level them up in a position they did not want to be in, it's also the XP that you would normally take on the way out to level up on the way out.
Yeah, so Sloaters having that level up with that explosive burst after the level up happens is going to be able to travel through these spores a little bit quicker. I think that was a slight misstep from Yoko. I'm sure Yoko knows that wants to level up in order to get out. So unfortunately, Yoko is going to have to pace some more shots in order to get out. But oh, Sloaters just didn't have quite enough experience. So
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Not too bad for Yoko then. Definitely going to be staying close behind. And wow, nice Trojan log from Sloaters to get through that. That can be really finicky.
Hey, we're seeing Yoko having to shoot through the bramble wall here. A little bit unfortunate, but not too bad.
Yeah, nice job from Sloaters too. Taking an intentional damage boost here in order to get through is going to be the first to arrive at Blackroot Burrows. Let's see if Yoko's also going to have the same fortune as he's going to be heading over to the right here and trying to damage boost through this one slime and then jump over this other. Oh, the other one gets up a little too high, but that's okay. Just one more damage boost is going to allow him to press through.
We like to call that area the elbow, and it can be a little bit of a pain point for newer runners.
Yeah, for sure. But now Sloaters is going to be using a save anywhere. It's just a glitch that we're going to be using in order to move around with the build menu open. It's going to allow us to skip cutscenes by saving in them by leveling up an ability. So we'll see that a lot. Sloaters is just going to have a nice quick entry into BRB.
Leveling up Magnet on the way in. This will allow the XP orbs that some of the slimes in this area drop to magnet towards him, so he doesn't have to go out of his way to pick them up. This is just setting up his XP, more XP routing to be able to do the Frankie Walk after we pick up Dash.
Yeah, Sloaters, nice job having a little bit cleaner of an early game with that early movement to wall jump tree, and out is going to be in the lead for a bit, but Blackroot Burrows can be a really scary section where large amounts of damage and instant death lasers can absolutely ruin your day, as well as platform cycles. So we'll see how both of our runners are going to tackle this. Yeah,
Blackroot can be simultaneously punishing and forgiving because of these platform cycles that happen. If you're a little bit too fast, sometimes it feels like an auto-scroller because you're just sitting around waiting for things. Mm-hmm. If you're a little bit too slow, you can miss entire cycles and lose just massive amounts of time.
Yeah, if you're a runner of this game, you'll notice that Sloaters actually is not doing Slime Genocide and actually skipped picking up a 100 experience orb. This is actually intentional based on the route, because Sloaters is not going to be doing Clean Water Skip, or Early Swamp Entry as we call it, and instead is going to be doing the Ginso Tree Final Escape. So in order for the experience to work out, just going to be skipping that.
Right, and we'll see Yoko on the right trying to do a little bit of a difficult jump up here to grab this experience orb. This will allow them to level up, get an extra ability point to use in a save anywhere similar to the start of this area in order to skip the cutscene that happens when you put this orb in a pedestal at the end of the area that Sloaters is heading to now. But Sloaters will not be able to do that. He'll have to watch the cutscene.
Yeah, gets up there. Nice. Sloaters picked a pretty fast cycle manip for the second room and did a really nice clean job. And ooh, wow, Yoko. Ooh,
having the foresight to see the laser in the way and stop themselves. That could have been dangerous.
Yeah, we haven't quite discovered how to go through that laser by shoving our hitbox through it yet. But I'm sure Hitachi's on the job.
Later on, we'll get some skills that make lasers optional, but we don't have them yet. Can do that.
Ooh, Yoco leaving that slime alive. I'm guessing his experience is pretty high right now, is having to get through, but wow, manages to get through that cycle of platforms in order to get past that slime. That's pretty impressive. That's really difficult. That would scare me as well.
Those slimes are snipers, man.
Yeah, yeah. So Sloater's not doing a darkness cutscene skip because he didn't level up in Blackroot Burrows. Perfectly okay. It's just how the EXP works out that he has learned. And now is going to be the first to pick up Dash Tree. So if Yoco actually goes for this cutscene skip, is going to be able to close a little bit of distance in this early game.
Unfortunately, Yoco actually missed a platform cycle in this room, so the cutscene skip isn't going to help as much as they would like, but it will still help for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so now Sloaters is going to be heading up and doing the Frankie Walk. This trick can be really punishing if you accidentally take too much damage.
Oh no, the slow zone. There's a little bit of a slow walk zone left over from the cutscene skip earlier there, and if you don't dash glide through it, you have to walk very slowly through it.
Yeah, so it's pretty impressive seeing a lot of the top runners just like be able to just always nail these return to neutral inputs. Like your ninja jumping shed is so cool to see. But that slow zone is a nice result to see, just aesthetically how much time you can actually lose just by having to casually walk through it. But Sloaters now with Frankie Walk, and Yoco is going to be exiting BRB, hot on his trail.
Yep, both the runners have now picked up Dash, zipping quickly across the ground. Sloater's using that to bait the Frankie all the way over here, kill him, grab his XP, level up with the energy in the door, refilling the energy, allowing us to open the door, and he's through. Yeah, and it's not over yet because he's swimming in some poison water and getting up. Is he going to get past the Frankie? He gets through. Nice clean play on 2 health, so he's not worried. He's actually going to go for the death glide. Oh no, he misses it.
Oh, don't
but
die.
He's okay. He's okay. He's just got to kill these brambles. And he's fine.
Yeah, and now we get this energy cell. It's going to refill his energy so he can actually place the safety save, taking the extra time to do that. Nice decision. If he had taken a death before he placed that safety save, yeah, that's right. He's all the way back to Dash Tree and has to do that entire section and the Frankie walking. So nice, safe play coming from Sloaters as Yoco is now going to give his hand at the Death Gauntlet.
Yep, Yoco with a successful Frankie walk as well. Very nice. Yeah. Now they've got to be careful.
Oh, pulling the Frankie in the water.
Oh,
no.
Taking it deep. Watch out. All right. We're fine.
Wow, nice. Yeah, Yoco be able to get out there. I was a little worried because he could have accidentally gotten this weird sub-aggro on the Frankie where it doesn't jump down immediately and waits for you to start climbing the wall. But Yoco, fortunately, did not have to worry about that and grabs up his energy cell and places his safety. As Sloaters does a ghost store in order to get through that door a little bit quicker and head down to Double Jump Tree. But wow, Sloaters still in the lead shed. He's making up even a little bit of extra distance, it feels like.
Yeah, he took the lead early on the way to Dash and has managed to keep it so far. Yoco unfortunately missing a faster cycle on these crushies here. But Sloaters missed it as well, so not actually taking any time loss in the race because of that.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so Sloaters is going to be heading up now on this wall and just double jumping up. Nice clean play. Those walls can be a little bit tricky.
Oh, be careful.
Wow, what an adaptation from Sloaters Shed. Was able to just turn around before falling into those spikes, taking a bunch of damage. As Yoco now is going to be heading down to Double Jump. Well, placing a save up there so it doesn't have enough energy to be able to try the blind movement. I'm sure that's probably intentional. Just doesn't
probably,
the spikes. But yeah, Sloaters going for a grotto skip.
Grotto skip some precise jumps. Very good first try.
Wow.
Skip nice. The entire left half of this area. Going to be doing some more cutscene skips as he heads up. We'll be seeing Yoco doing some jumps and then trying the grotto skip himself.
Yeah, interesting flavor here from Yoco, also killing off that slime so he didn't have to worry about dash gliding over it. That can be a really tricky hurdle for a new runner, especially to be able to get over. And Yoco taking 2 damage there. Still has 2 health, so it's okay, but I don't think Yoco has regroup, so this could be really scary because he can't heal every time he places a save.
That's a good point, yeah. Normally, runners doing the blind movement at double jump that Yoco did not do will level up an ability that lets them heal every time they take a save. But Yoco does not have that right now.
Yeah, and here we go. Yeah, nice. Sloaters getting a little tripped up by the 2 energy door, but that's okay. Was able to fix his positioning and be able to get up without too much of a time loss. And ooh, just barely missing a dash glide there allows you to get a little bit further while this cutscene is playing, but that's okay. You just throw in an extra dash and ooh. Oh, nice flavor too from Sloaters not picking up the waypoint because going for that Ginso escape. And we're going to see some epic escape and music from Sloaters in a little bit as Yoco now trying his hand at some really difficult double jump.
Oh no, misses one. Out of the second time, opting to just head over to the left for that next one. That's fine. Sloaters taking a tiny death. Had a save right there. Not too much of an issue. Yoco having some trouble with this last jump. Opts to go over to the left again. That's fine. Can be a rough one. Not quite as precise as Grotto Skip, but can still be rough.
Yeah, that area can be so tricky, and Yoco just showing us how difficult that is especially, but really nice. Working in some movement says, I'm going to try it a few times and then just go for a slightly easier route in order to get through there. Because, of course, in a tournament race, you only get one shot in a tournament, and so it's very, very important for Yoco to be able to say, yeah, I'm just going to move on and do something that might be a tiny bit slower.
Very smart by them.
Yeah, absolutely. And so here we go. We're going to see Sloaters being the first to arrive at the Ginso tree door, furthering his lead by a little bit.
Unfortunately, there is a cutscene skip at the start here of the Ginso tree that Sloaters was unable to do, so taking some time lost there. Yoko's having a little bit of trouble heading up these grotto walls. They can be really annoying, just drop your input sometimes.
Yeah, they have a lot of weird, like, contours and like sort of little snippets in them that they're like, no, that's not actually a wall. You can't do that. Ooh, Sloaters just barely making a jump there onto a platform.
Oh, no, this is that one.
Yeah, so having this vertical dungeon here of Ginso tree can be really tough. Oh no. Wow, this is Yoko's chance though, Shed. If Yoco can get a clean first room in the Ginso tree, going to be able to close a little bit of that distance, but struggling to get past this slime. Yoko's going to get past it and then head up to grab an ability cell before entering Ginso tree himself.
Right. As of right now, the deficit is not actually that big. It might look like because Sloaters and Yoco are in entirely different areas that they're pretty far apart, but there's definitely room for Yoco to catch up here.
Yeah, absolutely. And the further and further we head into the game, the more higher risk tricks that are going to be coming up. And so taking a big death at any point in the run could catapult Yoco into a tied race, if not a slightly ahead.
We'll definitely have to see if they can capitalize on any potential mistakes Sloaters makes.
Yeah, absolutely. So here Sloaters is going to be going through a switch puzzle, not doing the Mr. Azimuth cycle to try and get an earlier shot. That's okay. And Yoco taking his time to try and set up a save, but accidentally walks forward into the cutscene as well. But that's okay. Sloaters also did that. So that's no real deficit for Yoco besides just waiting there slightly to try and set up the save.
It's just that was one of the opportunities Yoco had to catch up some time, but unfortunately missed it. Let's see if they can get through the first couple rooms of Ginso cleanly, while Sloaters is currently fighting the first mini boss of this area, facing his shots nicely.
Oh yeah, just missing a couple there is not going to allow him to get a really clean 4 cycle. Let's see if he's going to close out the 5 cycle or the
not
6
quite.
Cycle?
Not no! Oh. Unfortunately, taking a death has to start the fight over.
Oh, that's so brutal. Right when you're at the end of the fight, too, and then you have to pace your way all the way through all of these shots once again. Sloaters, though, managing nicely to be able to not let nerves, as Yoco had a really nice, clean entry through the first couple of rooms of Ginso Tree and going to be moving on. That's going to close a little bit of the gap as Yoco is placing a safety save and heading through the next area.
A little bit of scary damage from the mini-boss in the second fight, but manages to close it out.
Yeah, and so there, Sloaters with a level up at the mini-boss. That was completely intentional, because once again, he's doing the Ginso Tree escape, which is the very, very end of Ginso Tree.
It's a different XP route that we don't see many runners in this tournament doing, so it might look a little weird if you're new to the game and just started watching the tournament, but that was intentional.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, nice setup here from Sloaters to be able to get over that plant without toggling it. And then coming up here, collecting 2 more keystones, going to do a ghost door, and then come up to Bash, as now Yoco is going to be giving his attempt at the mini-boss.
That's right. We see Sloaters picking up Bash. Arguably the most fun mechanic in the game.
Yeah. And Yoco not chasing down the boss, even though he saw him move over to the right side there. That's okay, but that's just going to cost a little bit of time. Every single cycle of the boss that you miss, you have to wait for it to go back underground and decide on a new position to go to. But Yoco getting the boss first try, so that might have closed a little bit of the distance, but Sloaters still in the lead.
Seeing Sloaters pick up some XP orbs, just trying to set up his XP for a trick coming up known as Core Skip. But first, we got to duplicate some keys. This one doesn't care about XP. You just got to pick up a couple keys, put them in the door, and die while they're still in the door. Then respawn outside of the scene, and you'll have the keys back.
Yeah, nice.
Nicely done.
Floaters, as he's going to go through one more time, collect all those keys, and then progress to the next mini-boss. But Yoco, with a death right in this second room, had to head back and collect all of those 4 keystones again, but nice safety save from Yoco, so he didn't have to fight the mini-boss
Oh,
again.
be careful.
But, ooh, yeah, those spikes are spiky. That could be a really spooky section to get through, but successfully getting through, and then is going to be doing a ghost door himself before heading into the bash tree. But wow, Sloater is already on to the next mini-boss, and then heading up into the top of Ginso tree.
This mini-boss is a lot easier than the first one. It's near impossible to not get a 4 cycle on it.
Yeah, nicely done from Sloaters. He just did a quick EXP check, and he's going to be able to do this core skip, which is an intentional level up in order to skip the right room in order to get access to the Ginso tree escape. And wow, nice movement from Sloaters. That dash into double jump off the wall was actually really, really tricky, but he has to be careful because he took some damage. Nice, he gets the frog.
Oh,
he's
no.
Gonna be killing the
Oh,
frog.
that was intentional. Okay, he's fine. Oh, no, it didn't work.
No.
He wasn't quite close enough and unfortunately didn't catch the other side of the room with the level up. So he's going to be reloading, trying again. Reloading and trying again like this is still faster than doing the right room, interestingly enough.
Yeah, and so Yoco, after collecting these keystones and then going to do the mini-boss, is going to teleport out to Moon Grotto to get access to Swamp a little bit quicker. And,
Oh,
no!
Sloaters missed it again.
Oh, Sloater's going to have to do that entire room over again. And this is exactly what Yoco needs to be able to set himself up in a position to take the lead in this race. Because after Yoco teleports out of this area, he's not going to be doing this core skip that Sloaters is attempting. Instead, what he's going to be doing is getting into Swamp in a different way. And nice, Sloaters recognizing, playing it a little bit safer, bashing the frog over there intentionally before collecting the experience, and now is going to be heading into the Ginso tree escape. So Yoco has a really clean Swamp entry. This could really close a lot of the distance.
I just want to say, I secretly hate the waterless route because we don't get to hear this amazing music.
Oh yeah, listen in, as Sloaters is now going to pick up some extra experience after bashing off the spider and then using him again to get over, and then going to be taking the shooty shark shot in order to get over and continue to build up verticality as he heads more and more upwards.
This escape is quite difficult. It's kind of the first time in the game casually that it really tests your platforming abilities, making sure you've mastered the bash ability before it lets you out into the rest of the game.
Yeah, really nice flow from the game development here and level design. As we see now, Yoco deciding not to do some blind movement here. Great decision, but he's just going to have to be a little bit careful with this laser as he comes back outwards to head towards the left side after getting stomped. But here we go. Safety save coming from Yoco as he's going to be making his way over to the frog and starting his attempts at Swamp entry.
We're seeing Sloaters is finished with his Ginso escape and is into Swamp. Now Yoco trying to break in. Unfortunately, dunks the frog. Takes a bath real quick. Gonna have to try that again.
Yeah, and a bath that frog took, and so that frog instantly dies if it touches the water. So Yoco is going to be trying again, and just now, Sloaters is in Swamp, and now is going to be heading through the key door to get Stomp Tree. This is exactly where Yoco will arrive after he gets the frog over to play some really precise shots.
Got the frog over right where he wants it. Takes a quick hit. It's fine. He's got to do some precise bashing to get the shot all the way up to the ceiling here. Looks good. Nicely done.
All right, he gets through. Is he going to get past the Rhino? Nice places a safety save. I really like this decision from Yoco. Not going to be going for any sort of advanced movement through this key door. Is just going to wait for it to open. And wow, Sloaters just hit Stomp Tree, and Yoco now just passed through the key door. So really nicely done from Yoco. Oh, swim! Oh, it's clean. Oh, it's clean water.
We saw both of the runners in the water at the same time, which was kind of funny. Sloaters' water, however, is clean. He didn't take any damage from it. Yoco died from it, so
Yeah,
See
when
the
Sloaters-
evidence of skipping the Ginso escape there on Yoko's screen, but Yoko's headed up, grabbing Stomp now. Sloaters on your left side of your screen is doing a trick known as Drainless, because he didn't break his way in, he can't get through, so he's got to do some fancy saving and glitching to stomp the floor underwater. Does it very nicely.
Yeah, Splish Splash, and now making past those 2 damage spikes, those are instant death. Those are so spooky, and Sloaters making this movement section look really nice, clean.
Yoko taking a quick death at these spikes right above the Stomp tree. Gonna try it again. Nicely.
Yeah. Gets done is going to slowly descend as he's going to be progressing through. Remember, the water is going to be poisonous and still is poisonous for Yoko. So even though it looks blue, yeah, that stuff will definitely deal lots of damage.
We saw Sloaters going for the Kuro cutscene skip. Did get it, but it was a little scary as he bonked on the ceiling.
Ooh.
But he did get it first try.
Yeah, nicely done. Skipping a pretty one of the smaller cutscenes, but still is a very significant skip in order to be able to get through. And getting that first try is a really nice display from Sloaters here.
And some fancy movement above those insta-kill spikes below him. Up here, quick cutscene skip and heading over to the Charge Flame. Yoko
struggling a little bit with manipulating this frog around in order to get that ability cell, because he didn't enter Ginso tree and his experience is different.
The laser.
Instant death laser had to pick up an additional ability cell, and so accidentally getting the frog in some wrong positions and having to try again, but waiting to place the safety save before doing this difficult skip that Sloaters got first try. Let's see how Yoko does here, getting the frog in a specific position, standing.
Oh,
bashing.
no.
Oh, the bash was a little bit late, and so Yoko accidentally triggered it and is going to be watching the cutscene instead. That's nice. You can reattempt it to still save a couple of seconds, but if you don't get that second try, it ends up. But
by the way, if you don't actually know the lore of this game, that's the main enemy. We haven't seen them yet. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Yeah, don't worry about it. Oh man, Sloaters collecting Sea Flame and also getting a nice cutscene skip in order to get over that.
Yoko took a death, but these safety saves paying off very nicely.
Yeah, this is really incredible adaptation coming out of Yoko, just recognizing that a lot of these really difficult movement sections can be pretty unforgiving, and so placing down those extra safety saves, especially in this case where we're about to collect the 5th energy cell, really doesn't cost too much, just a tiny bit of time.
Yep, we're seeing Sloaters head up towards Valley now. Meanwhile, Yoko is playing catch-up, trying to get to the Charge Flame tree, and then skipping the big cutscene at the Hologrove teleporter. Sloaters is coming up on a... I don't actually... Did they go for Stompless?
That's a good question. I think Sloaters is actually going to end up attempting Fast Stompless. We'll see momentarily.
They are, in fact.
Yep, Sloaters definitely is. I believe in Yoko's survey, he said that he was not going to attempt it, but we'll exactly see as Sloaters is going to be lining up the shot as he stomps downwards. If he's going to be able to get away from the spider shot in time, he's going to be able to destroy those rocks, triggering cutscene, and pick up the additional ability cell.
Nicely done. Well done. I noticed something kind of interesting there. Sloaters is a controller player, but he actually used his mouse to line up the angle of the bash on the spider shot. Interesting strat coming from him.
Yeah, and so it looks like our runners are separated by about 1 minute and 29 seconds here. Sloaters not doing, Sloaters ending up doing the Ginso tree escape. Yoko is able to close the gap, but just Sloaters having a really clean movement section here in the mid game is able to re-further that gap back out to 1 minute.
The later we go on, the harder it's going to be for Yoko to catch up, so...
Yeah, and this is a huge section, Shed, as Sloaters going to be rocket jumping up to Sorrow Passes. Oh, is he not going to place a safety save? Wow, the guts on this guy. All right, here we go. So he's going to be baiting both of these birds over, bashing up, and bringing the bird over. It looks clean so far, but oh, the controller angle.
Careful.
All right, it looks high enough.
And he's through.
Wow, and he gets into Sorrow Pass first try. This is amazing. Skipping the ability cell, he might be collecting that on the way back down, but here... the frog over, and then rocket jumping up in order to bait that frog shot over. What a clean Sorrow entry from Sloaters.
Gonna see him floating up here. Yeah, looks like Sloaters is doing a bit of an older strat called Frog Juggle, rather than the Terror Break that we're seeing a lot of runners go for nowadays. So what we're gonna see him do is sort of be holding Feather and gliding up this shaft while tossing the frog above him the whole way.
Yeah, and look at that. He has to wait for like the controller bash angle to like realign up, and there he goes in. Oh! Looks like Yoko's screen has been taken over by the Matrix as he is going to be
GDIVLC.
Yeah, VLC. And Yoko is going to not be doing fast stompless, which was a trick we saw Sloaters go for. Instead, it's just going to be bashing off lanterns in order to stomp the rocks. But we're going to see Yoko's Sorrow Bash attempts as well in a little bit. Yep, and there we go. Looks like Sloaters also picking up Sunstone. Hasn't picked up Charge Jump yet, but is going to be heading there shortly. This is just based off the route he's going for with bringing that frog up. And nice, getting a clean cutscene skip is going to allow him to skip that cutscene. Nicely done, Sloaters. As Yoko now is going to be heading up after collecting Feather in order to try his hand at Sorrow Bash. As we saw Sloaters not only not take a safety save, but get that trick first try. What a play.
Sloaters is through the Dorito dungeon and is heading over to the charge jump tree. Now on the right side of your screen, watch as Yoko attempts Sorrow Bash. They have a safety save here, so failures aren't too costly, but it is a very difficult trick, and Yoko is a very new runner. Oh no, trying to stand on a ledge up there, but unfortunately dies attempting it. We are getting word that Yoko is currently about 3 whole minutes ahead of their personal best right now. We'll have to see if they can keep up the pace.
Wow, that's absolutely incredible. We're going to see Sloaters now heading downwards as they are going to try and escape Sorrow Pass with a nice clean play, picking up one more ability cell. Nicely done. As Yoko is
having some trouble.
Yeah.
Come on, Yoko, take energy.
This trick is just so difficult. Yep, using the 2-bird method is going to be baiting the bird over. Let's see. Yeah, that position looks a little bit cleaner.
That looks good. And he's through.
Wow, nicely done.
Won't have to do that again. Very well done.
Yep.
Ooh, Sloaters misses a bit of a movement optimization here in Misty, so he's got to do a bit of a slower climb, but adapted nicely. And he's heading through the rest of Misty Woods.
Yeah, and doing a quick energy check, he's going to have 3 energy. That seems about
That's
right.
plenty.
So Sloaters wants to. He's going to be able to set down a safety save if he chooses to, or he's just going to use all of his energy on uncanceled C-dashes that have various sections in order to get through a little bit quicker. But really nice play so far from both our runners, as Yoko is going to be heading over to charge jump.
Yeah, Yoko did not carry the frog up like Sloaters did, is going to be going for a different trick to break the ceiling in this area called Terror Break. We'll see them attempting that shortly. But first, they've got to pick up Charge Jump. Meanwhile, Sloaters is at Climb, so both of our runners synced at 2 different skill trees. That's kind of funny.
Wow, that's amazing. Really nicely done. Sloaters has been in the lead for quite a bit and is just, with really nice clean plays, just not giving Yoko any room to be able to catch up. But still, both of our runners are doing an excellent job in putting on a great performance.
Yeah, the movement in the back half of Misty here can be, it's just super fun, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. Like all of this charge dash movement and getting past these spikes and even like optimizing that and deciding whether or not to play it safe and play safety saves or to use that energy in uncanceled charge dashes and rocket jumps and the like is just so much fun. It's really a pleasure to watch as well. Yep. And that being said, it looks like Yoko is 321 ahead of his PB at charge jump tree. So really, really awesome. Let's see if Yoko is going to be able to close out a multi-minute PB in this run as he heads into the later portions of the run. As Sloaters making quick work of the second half of Misty. Really nicely done. All of those spikes deal tons and tons of damage. It can be very, very scary and unforgiving.
That was the first safety save we saw them make as well, so.
Wow.
Feeling confident, it seems.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, and going up through the meatball shaft is going to be dodging around all of these. Nice, clean double jump movement in order to get through, and then is going to be whacking a Frankie that's got a little bit of a chair, but it's not too spooky before going in for a quick mini-boss kill attempt.
See how fast this mini-boss dies. Nicely done! He actually failed a quick kill, but adapted quickly and stomped down to take them both out. So he still got the 1 cycle on both mini-bosses. That was nice.
Yeah, utilizing that stomp AoE damage once you connect with the ground is just such a pleasure to see Yoco break that out. Woo! Yoco!
Careful.
Yeah, taking a very, very close touch on those instant death spikes, able to get through, is going to take a nice save at the waypoint before heading into Misty Woods.
Saving at the teleporter like that actually refills your health and energy, so that was smart on Yoco to do that, to make sure that they are topped up and ready to conquer Misty Woods.
Yeah, and we see a bit of a high five.
Careful.
Yeah, taking a little bit of damage here. Yoko is going to have to go through this next part of Misty with down a little bit of health. And
oh, no.
Oh, the value save, though, right at the entrance of Misty, as Sloaters now is going to be heading into Blackroot Burrows to collect our final skill of the run before heading towards Mount Horu and the final escape. Let's see how he does with these laser cycles, Shed.
Yep, real quick glitching a door open so that he doesn't have to wait for it later. He's going to be heading down through some lasers. There is a faster cycle the runners can make here. Let's see if he does it. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to make it, so he opts to wait for it to shoot before heading into the grenade room.
Yeah, I like that hesitation from Sloaters. It can be so easy to just pause for like 0.2 of a second to be like, wait, can I actually make this? And then you go for it anyway. And that amount of time you spent wondering ends up being your death as you die right at the end. But Sloaters saying, yeah, I'm just going to wait another cycle. It's fine. And was able to get through there without taking a death. So really clean play here from Sloaters and decision-making as well.
Of course.
Oh,
now that he's got grenade, he's going to be heading out of this area, the Lost Grove area. He now has access to a trick called grenade jumping. We'll have to see if he opts for any fancy ones on the way out here. But he'll be heading up to a teleporter and then all the way to the final dungeon of the game. Meanwhile, on the other side of your screen, Yoco has made it through the first half of Misty Woods all the way to the climb tree and will be heading back out.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't see Sloaters doing any silly grenade jumps quite yet. There's like one maybe in Horu Fields he might go for, and one or two in the final escape, I don't know. But it's pretty smart because doing a lot of grenade jumps and then just missing that one frame trick, it can cost you a lot of time, and even some say upwards of 20 seconds or so. But yeah, there we go. Looks like Yoco also heading through the second half of Misty as well. Ooh, didn't quite like that bash off the Frankie. Going to be setting himself back up on a platform and going all the way through. But nicely done is just going to be continuing to work his way through. Here's some lasers. All of these are instant kill, and that can be really, really spooky as Sloaters now heading to Horu Fields in order to go into the final dungeon, which, yeah, we're going to skip all of it with a one trick, but...
Both of the runners now in super dangerous areas. Horu Fields, it usually goes by pretty quick, but all of the enemies and such here are either insta-kill or deal enough damage that they're insta-kill anyway. So, can be pretty spooky. Whoa!
Yeah,
be careful. Careful.
Yoco going through a really scary section took a damage from an enemy, and so...
Oh,
no! No, Yoco!
No! But had a save, like, right there, so not too costly.
Value
safety saves. I've noticed this in Yoko's play a lot, is the safety saves they make are very nicely placed. They're huge. Yeah. What am I trying to say? Hold on.
It can be really, really easy to say, no, I've never like messed up in this section, or it's really rare I do this, and then go for it anyway and end up like losing 30 to 60 seconds. But here we go. Sloaters is trying his attempts on door warps. Ooh, I missed it, but this is a one frame entry, 1/60th of a second. Let's see how many times it's going to take him to try and get as Yoco takes another death. But with that value safety save that Shed was pointing out, is not going to be losing too much time.
Could take you some more damage. Gotta be careful in this area.
Yeah, Sloaters really
even more. Yeah, Sloaters is having a lot of trouble with the door warp here. It is as we mentioned, it's a one-frame trick. It's very difficult. I wonder if he's opting to try and time the up input to go through the door, or if he's mashing a button.
Yeah, the input method can really vary between runners. And
there he goes.
Yeah, Sloaters is able to get through after a couple tries. It sounds like that might have been 8th try or so, but is going to be now heading into the final escape. And really nicely from Sloaters as well, picking up that clean water from finishing Ginso escape is going to allow him to not have to worry about the poison water section.
Right.
Allow him to work through as Yoco taking a death at the mini boss, but with a save right there and then being able to clear it out second try. Nicely done.
Again, a value from Yoco, but I want to watch the left side here as Sloaters is trying the final escape now, almost at the end of the run. We mentioned that he's got clean water, doesn't have to worry about the end. In fact, he's only got 4 HP right now because he doesn't need the 5th for the damage boost through the water.
Yeah, nice style here from Sloaters as well. Using that charge jump off the wall with a controller, that's a really, really nice input scheme because you can buffer the angle while you're approaching the wall. But here we go. Sloaters is coming up to the final trick of the game. Struggled a little bit with door warp. This is also another 1-frame trick. We're going to see if he's going to end up going for a grenade jump, which is going to... Yeah, he's going for it. Yeah, he's going for it. Let's see if he can get this. Oh, fails the first one. This is another 1/60th of a second trick.
Missing some inputs, but he's got a couple attempts at this. There you go. Wow. He gets it, and it looks like he's through. No soft lucks today.
Yeah, nicely done. If we would have seen Ori veer off to the left there instead of continuing to the right, that would have been a soft walk. He would have had to do the entire final escape again. But nicely done from Sloaters, is going to be taking the victory here in this race and picking up a win for his group stage time.
GG Sloaters. Just got to hold right for a little while. Yoko's now heading down to grenade. That was an unintentional death.
Yep. And so here we go. As Yoco is going to be trying to work through these cycles, we're going to see if Sloaters on the left is going to be doing optimizations. Nah, just going to
Oh, Yoco, no! That was exactly what you talked about earlier. He took a little bit of hesitation and then ended up costing him a death there. Sloaters is now finished with an official time of 37:57. Well done.
Wow, GG Sloaters. Nice victory, man. And as Yoco is going to be coming through, is going to give his second shot at these laser cycles. These are instant death. Doesn't matter how much health you have or how confident you are. Bashing off the Frankie. Ooh, spending a little time on the wall there. Nice decision. Just going to wait for another cycle to come across his way before continuing through. And then is going to be doing a save anywhere. Oh, does he have enough energy? He does.
That's an unusual rocket jump. I was scared he was out of energy there, but he had one left, so he's able to skip this cutscene.
Woo! This is quite a long one as well, Shed.
Yoko's been solidly ahead of their PB so far. We'll have to see if they still are a grenade here and if they can finish it out. I think they will be able to.
Yeah. I believe in you, Yoco. Take my energy. Oh my goodness.
Take cell.
Take this. Take energy cell. Increase your maximum energy by 1.
Oh, careful.
Oh.
No, careful.
Wow. Yeah, I like this decision because that really throws the laser cycles a little bit out of whack.
Sometimes the platform gets swinging and it just sucks.
Oh, man. Is Yoco going to do it? The grenade jump?
No.
Yeah, I like this style from Yoco. It says, you know what, I'm going to do like a little stylistic strat here to do a grenade jump.
I'll try it once.
Yeah, I'll try it once. It didn't happen. Just going to continue moving on. Oh,
careful.
Oh no, is he? Okay, thank God.
No, that's fine.
Woo.
Just taking a little safe, make sure he killed the Frankie there. All good.
Yep, nice charge jump to get out of that laser's way and progress upwards. Nice verticality from Yoco. Is wasting another energy on the C-dash. Uh-oh. Oh, is he gonna have...
Careful. I think he's fine.
All right. And...
Oh, no! That was... I had a heart attack there.
Yeah. And it looks like Yoco is just under 4 minutes ahead of their PB as they're going to be heading to Waru Fields.
Making a save on the teleporter to refill their energy and health. And obviously a safety save as well. Careful!
Yeah, oh, yeah, that health refill coming in handy there as accidentally dashing twice in there. And yeah, nice dash off of the bramble there.
Those brambles can be spooky. Sometimes you'll bash off of them and still take a hit. I'm not sure if Yoco is aware of that, but they were lucky and actually didn't take any damage there. Taking another health cell to help them in the final escape in that poison water.
Yeah, here we go. C-dashing off the Baneling to be able to get up is going to break this wall with a stomp instead of using another Baneling in order to get through. And then, yep, going to use the bash method to do lava swim skip. Oh, it just barely gets over the lava.
No, the Baneling! No, the Baneling! The last gatekeeper.
Oh, the pain train is real. Oh, man. Yeah, okay, so every time you activate dash, if your hitbox is overlying with that of an enemy or a damage-dealing spike or something, that will end up dealing another round of damage.
Yoco went through the bottom there. I'm not sure if they were aware. They did not skip the Kuro cutscene earlier, so it wasn't in the way. If they had managed to skip it earlier, they would have watched it right there. So, fortunately, they didn't have to say hi to the big bird again.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Oh my goodness. So yeah, Yoco gonna be trying lava swim skip again.
Careful, kid! No!
Oh no, no safety save from Yoco. So
They were trying to catch a bash off of a shot that enemy fires, but they were a little too close, and the enemy didn't even fire the shot. So.
Yeah, and so this is something that we've been mentioning throughout the run with Yoco. Just placing all those safety saves really paid off for him, and now we're just seeing the
Paying
after
for it a
effects
little bit.
Yeah, not having that safety save down right before you try this really punishing area. But Yoco, with confidence now, is going to be heading back through and giving another attempt at this area.
Let's go, Yoco. Third tries the charm. Stop taking damage.
Oh, get up there.
Careful.
Oh no. Oh no, C-dash.
Oh no.
No, gets a bash. It's over. Okay. All right, here's the
Come on, Baneling. We're good.
Oh no, it's
Get out of the way. Get out of the way. No,
No, Yoko! No, take my energy, Yoko. You can do this. Oh, Yoko just pausing for a second. Oh man, this is so tough to deal with, man. This is exactly what happens to me whenever I'm take like a single death, and it's just like this is the story of Ori, right? You make one death and then it's impossible to get through the section.
Oh yeah,
literally impossible.
We call it getting infinited.
Yeah,
your mindset just deteriorates, and then your play gets worse, and then this starts happening.
Yeah, but really still a solid performance from Yoco for sure. Coming so close within PV range as well. We're gonna see.
They might still be ahead. I'm unsure. We'll have to check in again when they reach the door.
Yeah, we're getting word from the stats guys behind the scenes that if
he's Baneling this time. Come on.
Yeah.
Careful, careful, careful. Go.
Wow.
Oh no, the lava! Come on, Yoco. There we go. Finally
on a show for us.
Looking like they are still ahead.
Yes. Yep. So
by about a minute.
Yeah, getting to this entry about a minute ahead of where they were with their PB. Let's see how many tries for door warp. Shit, I'm guessing one. Yoko's got
Let's do it on one. I want one as well.
Let's do it. Come on.
Come on, Yoco.
One time.
There it is. Beautiful.
Wow. 1/60th of a second entry there into Mount Horu is going to be able to skip the entire dungeon, and he's heading into the final escape. And here we go. That being said, Yoco didn't get clean water, so that's right, the water's still poisonous, but going to be trying to get through without taking any damage. Let's see what happens.
That's right. They take even a single point of damage from anything before the water, they cannot make the swim. Actually, that's a lie. They have some extra health, so they can take like 1 or 2 hits, but nothing in the escape does 1 or 2. It all does like 4.
Yeah, there we go. Dodging past some molten boulders, going to be able to get through without taking any damage yet. Bashing off these lanterns.
Watch
oh, that's a spooky cycle. Yoco adapting. No, knowing to
careful.
Oh, Kuro's almost caught up. Gets past the lava plume is going to be continuing. Come on, Yoco. You got this. All right. All right. Gets past the elemental. Now for the swimming section. All right, nice feather. Has tons of health.
Yoco, let's go.
I believe Yoco is on 7 health, so the swimming section should be able to get through without dying. Yeah,
Perfect.
He gets through. All right, Shed, one more trick. How many times for a grenade jump, man?
I'm going to guess that they miss the inputs once and then get it.
Yeah, I would like to see some suspense here from Yoco as to see whether or not this is a PB. Oh, a little bit high on that branch. Please don't soft lock. Okay.
Miss the input once. Come on, this is it.
Oh, it's so high.
Yes!
Yeah, it gets in their second try.
Looks good, looks good.
Looks like Yoco is going to be pulling a sub 46, and with their PB at a 47.44, yeah, that's right. Yoco almost PB'd by a solid minute in this race. What a performance from our runners.
GG. Home stretch here, just got to hold right. Gonna walk a character called Naru that we haven't seen at all in the game yet until now. And once Naru crosses behind a tree, they will be done.
All right, and we are going to wait to see also if we're going to have Sloaters come in for an interview. It looks like he is interested, so we are going to be interviewing our winner as well as Yoco if Yoco decides to join us. But that being said, GG to Yoco, finishing with an official time of 45.59. Wow.
GG.
That being said, it looks like we are joined by our winner. Sloaters, welcome.
Thank you, Muffin.
So Sloaters, going through this run, what were your thoughts? Are you doing slightly different things than you had initially planned, or are you sticking just to the route that you were comfortable with before the tournament?
Well, I pretty much stuck to the same route the whole time. I knew, the disparity between mine and Yoko's PB, so I try not to do anything, like, too risky. I knew as long as I didn't take any, like, really bad deaths that I would probably come out on top in this one.
Yeah, nicely done. So with your tournament matches, are you trying to push for a PB in the tournament, or are you just trying to go for like the lowest average time based off that?
Yeah, I'd really like to get a tournament PB, but I have a lot of time to save on my split still. But I'm probably going to be playing it pretty safe, especially with some of my next opponents as well.
Yeah, for sure. Nice run, man.
GG Sloaters, looks like we are also joined by Yoko, who is now fresh off of a personal best. Congratulations.
Wow.
Thank you. That was quite the ride.
It looks like you were having a little bit of trouble with the Enter Horu split there.
Yeah.
You managed to pull it through.
It kind of got tilted there.
Yeah. We noticed a little bit. It can be rough
Yeah.
with getting infinite like that.
Yeah, I just knew I had to pull through, so I just got myself together and did it.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Nicely done, Yoko. It's so easy to just like get outside of your head with those like deaths leading to Horu entry door, but seeing you get that first try door warp and then being able to close out the final escape like that was really awesome. Congratulations, Sloaters, to a win. As we see here with our group match from Lost Grove, it looks like we still have a lot of matches in this group, as Hydra has yet to play his first match. And that's just because he's been working so hard behind the scenes with a lot of this awesome production that you're seeing, as we have quite the crew, guys. And so major shout outs to the stats people. But also with this group, it looks like Tasnoop is up 2-0 in the group with the best race time of 37s. Sloaters pulling out the win with the best race time of 37.57. And Yoko improving their best race time as well with a 45.59. GG, guys. That being said, it looks like our next match for the evening is coming from Group Forlorn, which is going to be Cubby versus Gramelios, and that's going to be casted by Vooligen and Zombie Twitch. So don't go anywhere, guys. It's going to be on the same channel, and we'll see you in a couple of minutes with another exciting race.
See you soon.